Y'all realize how many times the Chiefs' undefeated season should have already ended by now? Imagine KC's record without some of the most luck in sports history this year, and some help from the referees. We're gonna go game by game over the Chiefs' miraculous 10-0 start, and I mean it. This has been an impossible start to the season. The amount of times that they've come this close to losing, but somehow pull it off doesn't make sense and has the entire league honestly a little bit suspicious. And then at the end of the video, I'm gonna look forward and predict the Chiefs' remaining schedule. I'm pointing out the team that's gonna take down Kansas City first. Going all the way back to week 1, they almost lost to the Baltimore Ravens again. Just like in the AFC title game, they had the defending champions on the ropes. Lamar Jackson had like a 400-yard combined game with the defenses and offenses both making plays, but the Ravens had him this time. And it wasn't going to be like the AFC title game where Zay Flowers fumbled on the 1-yard line and fumbled the trip to the Super Bowl away. Can't happen again. Wrong. Lamar Jackson throws to Isiah likely for the game-winning touchdown, and he comes 1 inch from ending the Chiefs' undefeated streak before it even started. But instead, he's 1 inch out of bounds, and the Chiefs are 10-0 today. Then we go to week 2, another razor close game, a 2-point game late in the game. The Bengals actually have the lead. They have the champs knocked down. It's 4th and 16, almost an impossible down to convert on. Sure enough, the Cincinnati Bengals defense got the stop they desperately needed, but wait, there's a flag. The refs called this ticky-tacky call. Super razor close, bang bang play, pass interference, setting up the Chiefs' game-winning field goal. Now you can argue that maybe when you watch it in super slow-mo that he gets there a split second too early and that this should be pass interference. But to me, they never call this pass interference. And it was proven a week later. Week 3, the Kansas City Chiefs had to go to Atlanta and see Kirk Goat Chains and the Atlanta Falcons. And like Jake Paul's gonna do to Mike Tyson for 5 rounds on Friday night, the Falcons just jabbed the Chiefs up. Jab, jab, jab. And stayed in the game till they were set up for the game-winning touchdown until no flag this time. They said that this was pass interference the week before in the Cincinnati game. And then this against Kyle Pitts was not pass interference on a key down late in the game to lose it for the Falcons, who would go for on 4th and inches a few plays later and lose to the Chiefs. Make it make sense, NFL, how this is pass interference and this isn't. I'm just saying, the inconsistencies have been crazy this year. Crazy in the Chiefs' favor. Week 4, my hobbled Chargers fell just 1 touchdown short of beating the undefeated Chiefs. Justin Herbert out there on 1 leg and they were still in the game. 17-10 was the final. A few weeks later, division rivals also the Las Vegas Raiders, who notoriously give the Chiefs some trouble as of late, were driving. Probably to go for 2, I assume, with the way the Raiders season has been going, until Gardner Minshew literally fumbled the ball away and fumbled the Raiders' chances at salvaging anything in this game. I don't know what to expect from the worst team in football this year. Week 9, the Bucs took the Chiefs into overtime just to lose the game at the coin toss. Even Baker Mayfield knew the second that this landed on tails that he was getting Josh Allen. And of course, this last week, we all saw it. Bo Nix and this Broncos defense beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They were in field goal range to win 17-16. This was a chip shot for Will Lutz, a veteran in this league, kicking a guy that Sean Payton brought in because he trusts him. And like the Undertaker at WrestleMania, the Chiefs rose up and blocked the freaking kick. And now it's coming out that this guard or tackle or whoever this backup is on the special teams unit, this is a huge mistake by the Denver Broncos. A few football bounces that way, few inches this way, a few less calls from the refs, and the Chiefs could be a 2-7 football team right now. I mean, you flip half of these at least, and they're like a 5-4 or 4-5 football team. Against the spread, the Chiefs are 5-4 this year. But shoulda, woulda, coulda. As they always say, call the 9-1-ambulance. The Chiefs are 10-0 and could become the first team ever to go undefeated and win a 3-peat in the same season. I hate them with all my being, but I cannot decline greatness when I see it. Everyone, don't worry. They're not going to win the Super Bowl this year. They're not going to win the AFC, and they're not going to win next week. Let's take a look at the Chiefs' final 7 games and give our quick thoughts on each, but I think that this could be a rough second half of the season based off how this schedule is shaping up for a team that's honestly struggled to 10-0. I know that's a crazy thing to say, but remember that Steelers team from a few years ago that struggled to 10-0. Remember the Eagles team from last year that racked up a bunch of wins, looking kind of shitty out there. Few bounces this way, few inches that way. Eagles go into the playoffs and get wiped. I think this week in Buffalo, we see the start of that. I think the Bills are as focused, as motivated as any team in the league. But first, one quick reminder to like the video so that way the algorithm knows to send this thing out to more NFL fans like me and you. Liking the video is also the free way that you can support my channel to keep me producing the daily NFL content that I make. No free ads. I'm trying to give an ad, not watch an ad. As I was saying, I'm NFLMike, NFL content creator that creates NFL content every single day. If you're an NFL fan, you will love the channel. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. Help me get to my goal of 15,000 subscribers. We're at 11.7 as of today and growing. So thank you for the support. Also, shout out to those who suggested the longer version of this video needs to be made. If you guys want to see any topic covered on this channel, it is the All Things NFL channel here at NFL Mike's Corner. I would love to talk about every single team. Drop down below. I'm going to talk about what you want me to talk about. So comment what you want to see the next video on. I think this week in Buffalo, we see the start of that. I think the Bills are as focused, as motivated as any team in the league. The mistakes that the Denver Broncos made to lose that game, the mistake that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers made to lose that game 2 weeks ago, the Bills aren't going to make. And they will be the first team this season to beat the Chiefs. They always do well against the Chiefs in the regular season. They go to Carolina the next week. I mean, do you believe in Bryce Young's season that much? At least it's on the road. The Panthers are going to give them some type of fight, but let's say they beat the Carolina Panthers. The Raiders, the week after Thanksgiving. Kind of a slow week sometimes for teams. And you see trap games like this go the wrong way. We saw it on Christmas Day with the Raiders versus the Chiefs. What, a year ago? I think that's their last loss. I'm just saying, this game is not a game that the Chiefs should just automatically consider a win when they're looking at their schedule right now. But let's say they beat the Raiders as they should. Then you're hosting my Los Angeles Chargers, a Chargers team that has been beating the crap out of every opponent. I think the Chiefs will lose this second Chargers game. We got a little bit of film study to go back and look upon. Jim Harbaugh got his first matchup against Andy Reid out of the way. The Chargers get him here in the second game of the season. Let's say they beat Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland's going to win very many more games this year. Then you got the Houston Texans in Kansas City, man. And I think the Texans will be a lot healthier, especially on the offensive side of the ball by this time in the season. This is a tough out. Then on the road in Pittsburgh, one of the best teams in the AFC, maybe a team that's going to be contending for the 1 seed in the AFC with the Chiefs at this point. And then on the road in Denver for Week 18 with the Broncos maybe playing for their playoff lives. They're going to be on the wild card bubble as well. This schedule is as tough as any in the league. They are not going to go 17-0, and knock on wood, maybe I'm jinxing it here. I think the Chiefs will win 12 or 13 games by the end of the season. Of course, they will be as tough as ever in the playoffs. That's just the DNA of this team. It only got worse when they added DeAndre Hopkins. I really like the way the AFC playoff bracket is shaping out. It is going to be a fireworks show. I feel like anyone can win in the first round matchups that we have as of right now. I think there's 5 teams that can end this undefeated streak in the next 7 games, and one will. I think it will be the Buffalo Bills next week, but if they don't, we will. Why not us? One last reminder to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you can be here every time I post. Will we see the Chiefs lose a game for the rest of the season, or will they run undefeated through the playoffs all the way to the Super Bowl and do the most historic thing that any franchise in any sport has ever done? Undefeated three-peat. Get the hell out of here. I may not be able to watch it happen without vomiting. But I guess sooner rather than later, the ball definitely won't lie.
Bill Flames, I went Mike on the mic. Yep. With something brand new, one time for your mind. He gave me fair warning. Now it's time to smack him in the mouth with that raw sports talk from the town. Sweet chin music to your favorite sportscaster.